Welcome to Agricultural Statistics. In this video we are going to see how to carry out a one sample t-test analysis in R software. Before we see the problem, let's see the assumption of the t-test. So the parent population from which the sample is drawn is normal, that is normal distribution. So the second assumption is the population standard deviation is unknown, and the sample size must be less than 30. So in this video we will also check the normality assumption of the data prior to carrying out the t-test. So what is the application of t-test? So to test if the sample mean x bar differs significantly from the hypothetical value mu of the population mean. In example, I will explain what is the hypothetical value mu. Let's switch to example. So this is our example. A variety of green gram is expected to give a yield of 12 quintals per hectare, and the variety is tested on 10 randomly selected farmers field, and 10 data points are given of the yield. So the sample size is 10. These are the 10 sample observations, and this is the expected yield, that is our hypothetical value mu. So the null hypothesis would be the average yield of the green gram variety is 12 quintal per hectare, and the alternative hypothesis would be it is not 12 quintals per hectare. So this is the problem. Now let's switch to R software. In R, the first step would be to enter the data. So let's say we want our data to be saved by the variable named yield. So yield, we will enter our 10 data points, and they must be separated by the comma. Now we will run this line, and in our global environment we can see the variable by the name yield. Now there was an assumption. The first assumption was regarding the normality of the data. So we will check the normality of the data by the test named Shapiro-Wilk test. So in R there is a function named Shapiro.test. So we will write Shapiro test, and then in the bracket we will write our variable name, that is yield, and we will run this line. So in the console we can see the test statistic value and the p value. Now the p value is greater than 0.05, so the results are non-significant. For Shapiro-Wilk test, the null hypothesis was the data is normally distributed, and the alternative hypothesis was the data was non-normal. So our p value is non-significant, so we will accept the null hypothesis. So the null hypothesis was the data is normally distributed. So this is the green signal for carrying out the t-test. But if the p value is less than 0.05, that means the data is non-normal, then we can't go for t-test. P value is significant for Shapiro-Wilk test, we must go for the non-parametric test instead of t-test. Okay, now let's explore the function of the t-test. So just write question mark t dot test and press Ctrl enter. So this will show us the t-test in the help section. Okay, so you can learn more about the t-test by reading these things. Now let's see how to go for the t-test analysis. So t dot test, we will write our variable, then mu, that is mu is our hypothetical value. So the hypothetical value was 12 as we have discussed previously. Then we have confidence level. I want to carry out the I want to have the confidence level of 95%, so I will write 0.95. If someone wants to have the confidence level of 99, then they can write 0.99. Then alternative. So alternative, that means whether we want one tail or two tail. So our null hypothesis was, let's see in our problem, null hypothesis was the average yield of the green gram was is 12 quintal per hectare, and the alternative hypothesis was that it's not equal to 12 quintals per hectare, but we did not confirm whether it is less than 12 quintals per hectare or greater than 12 quintals per hectare. So in this case, the null alternative hypothesis is of two tail type. So there are two chances, uh, options. It can be greater than 12 quintals per hectare or less than 12 quintals per hectare. But suppose the alternative hypothesis was like that, uh, the average yield is greater than 12 quintals per hectare, then it will become one tail test. So I will show you what to do in both the cases. So in first I will show you what to do in our case. So we have two side. So let's scroll here. We will see that we have to write two dot sided. So just copy paste it, two dot sided. But suppose the alternative hypothesis was that the average yield is greater than 12 quintals per hectare, then we must use this greater. Okay, and if the alternative hypothesis was that the average yield is less than 12 quintals per hectare, you will have to write the less. Okay, so this was all about the function t test. Now just run this. Okay, so the t statistic is 1.8356. Degrees of freedom is 9 because there were 10 observations. So 10 minus 1, that is 9. The p value is 0.09. So this is greater than 0.05. That means the result is non-significant. So as the result is non-significant, we will accept the null hypothesis. The null hypothesis was average yield is 12 quintals per hectare. So we will accept that thing. This is the 95% confidence interval, that is upper and lower, and the sample mean is 12.63 quintal per hectare. So the average of all the 10 is 12.63. So hope you get the clear idea about the t test. So this was all about the one sample t test. Thanks for watching this video.